Hey guys, and welcome to my Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2020 series with the New Hampshire Wildcats. You can see it is February 13th, and we are currently 12-9, 5-5 in Conference S. We are coming off of a victory over the Eastern Illinois Cats. So take a quick look at the box score there. So for us, Howell led the way with 15 points to go along with 3 assists. Our point guard, Nolan Fanning, 14 points, 4 assists. McGadney had some foul trouble, 5 fouls, only got in 14 minutes, scored 6 points. And Gamble off the bench had a nice game, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. So he played well. On the other side for Eastern Illinois, they were led by Audie Brown, 22 points. So that moves us to 12-9 on the year, 5-5 in the conference. Let's take a look at the conference standings really quickly. You can see we are really right in the middle, 5-5, good for tied for fourth place with Western Illinois and Morgan State. Our 12-9 record is one of the best in the conference, so it's really the second best record in the conference behind Hartford. So played a pretty good schedule. Our RPI is pretty high compared to the rest of the teams in our conference. So pretty happy with the way the season is going so far. Let's take a quick look at our team stats. Some bad news. We actually lost sophomore Willie Nolan for the year with a torn ACL. Nolan had gotten into 18 games, played about 12 minutes a game, scoring 4 points and averaging a couple of rebounds a game. So what we did is we just moved Jason Brown into kind of a small forward, power forward type role, and he's going to get a little more playing time as the season goes on, which is fine. He's a four-star, 4.5-star freshman, 6'8", 224. So he's got some length, can shoot a little bit. So maybe he can help provide some offense. Leading the way for us, Nolan Fanning, Toby McGadney, each averaging almost 13 points a game. McGadney's shooting still under 40%. Fanning is actually shooting pretty well at 44%. He's 42% from behind the three-point line. Also leads the team in assists with 5. McGadney, 4 rebounds, 2.5 assists a game. Our big man, Rodney Hawkins, shooting 53% from the floor. His free throw percentage, he's upped to 41%. That's been under 40 most of the year, averaging 4.5 boards a game. Chris Howell, 9.5 points, 5 rebounds, 2.3 assists. He's also averaging over a steal and a block a game, so multi-purpose player there. And then Sean Gooden, our lone senior, averaging 5 points and just about 5 rebounds a game. So recruiting, we still haven't signed anybody. We have made a scholarship offer. I don't suspect it's going to work out, but Quinn Hinton, 6'8", 250-pound senior out of Massachusetts. He is the 409th overall rated recruit. I don't suspect he's going to take this, but I haven't been able to figure out how to generate a ton of interest, so I'm going to see what happens there. So our next game is against Western Illinois, and that's on the 15th, and that's actually a big game because we are tied with Western Illinois right now for 4th in the conference. So big game coming up. So let's go ahead and sim ahead to the 15th. So yeah, if anybody has any recruiting tips for me, I'm all ears. Not great at the recruiting side of this. Like I said in one of the previous episodes, I've played more of the pro game than I have the college game, and recruiting seems to be a little difficult. I don't know if maybe I should have just jumped on one of those guys who was showing some interest at the beginning of the season. I thought I would be able to find people elsewhere, but apparently that's not necessarily the case. So now I know. Thankfully, most of my team is young, and they're going to be back next year. We're only really losing one player next year. So hopefully Sorry, I'm shifting around here a little bit. My office is almost done, but for now I literally sit here with a laptop and my microphone in my face. So every little movement you guys will hear. But my office is almost done, so I'll be up there soon. All right, Western Illinois 10-12. We are both teams are 5-5 in the conference. So we'll probably sim a couple of games or play a couple of games here. We'll play this one, sim ahead a few games, and then come back and play another game, and then we'll call it an episode. I like keeping these, I think, at that 30-ish minutes or so. So Western Illinois, again, comes in 10-12. We come in 12-9. So let's... Fanning, McGadney, Howell, Gooden, and Hawkins. For them, Derek Curry, Kyle Lewis, Phil Blackwell, David Mitchell, and Marland Grundman. Blackwell, their leading scorer, 10 points a game. Kyle Lewis, just about 10 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. So we are the higher scoring team, at least when it comes to our starting lineups. All right, so we are going to... this is one of the things I did in the last game. We turned the offensive pace down just a little and the defensive intensity just a little. And that seemed to work pretty well. So let's go ahead and tip off. No points yet as Western is up 1-0 here early on. And our first bucket of the game scored by Toby McGadney. McGadney with 5 quick points here. Five early on. Bucket there by Howell, his first of the game. Howell with another bucket, giving him 4. We have a 9-7 lead here, 5 minutes into the game. Missed shot there, and Western comes down and ties it again. Hawkins hits 1 out of 2 at the line, which for him is good. Western hits a pair of free throws to go up by a point. And Hawkins scores down low to give us a 1-point lead again. Back and forth game here early on. Western increases their lead to 3. We go to our bench here a little bit. Western up to 5-point lead now, 17-12. 17-14 as Hawkins picks up his 5th point of the game. 3-point bucket there by Nolan Fanning. Get the ball right back down by 2. Missed an opportunity to tie it there. 1 out of 2 free throws for Western, and they have a 3-point lead. Steal the ball. Stinnett misses both free throws. Then Fanning gets to the line and makes a pair. Ooh, and Western hits a 3 to go back up by 4. Turnover there, layup by Western. Ooh, all of a sudden we're down 9. That didn't take long. All right, McGadney scores to get us within 7. Another bucket by Fanning. The lead is at 8 right now. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Our offense is really struggling. McGadney with another bucket. That's 9 points for him in the first half. All right, we're now down only 5 as we've made a nice little run here. Oh, back up to 8. Western continues to make their shots. 12 for 28. We're 11 for 24. 11-point Western lead with 2 minutes left. Gadney hits a couple of free throws to get us within 7. He's down 7 with the ball. Missed shot there. We get it right back, and we get a layup from somebody. Get us within 5. Should have held it for 1 there. Our ball. Rodney Hawkins goes to the line, misses both free throws. And we go into half down by 5. So let's look at Toby McGadney. Leads us with 11. He's 0-4 from behind the three-point line. 11 points, 5 rebounds. Nolan Fanning, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. I'd like to see him shoot a little more. Hawkins with 7. 1 for 4 from the line. That continues to be a problem. Howell's got 4, and Gooden's got a pair. Brown played 11 minutes in that first half, did not score. And Stinnett, 1 of 5 from the line, 3 points, 4 rebounds. We were only 7 of 14 from the line, 1 of 7 from behind the arc. So our shooting woes from outside continue. On the other side, Western Illinois, very balanced scoring. Mitchell leads them with 9, Lewis with 8, Curry with 5, and then Blackwell, Norwood, and Dupay each with 4. Grunman has a bucket, Williams has a pair, and Dixon hit a free throw for 1 point. We have 16 points in the paint to their 12, 5 second chance points to their 3, and they have 2 fast break buckets, and we have 1. So we're hanging around on the road against Western Illinois, but we're going to have to start making some shots here. We're going to have to start making some open shots, and let's see if there's anything I can do to... I don't want to just start jacking up threes. I think we'll just stick with this for now. And we'll see where we stand at about the 10-minute mark. And if we have to start aiming for three-pointers, we can do that. Yeah. Let's do that. All right, so we get the ball to start, and we miss a shot right off the bat. Western misses, we get it back. Turn it over, though, and then they turned it over. We miss a shot, and they come down and score a bucket. We're now down 7. Western hits a couple of free throws, gets the first 4 points of the half, and they are up 9. Fanning goes to the line, makes a couple of free throws. They're now up 10. Throw it away. We get it back, though. And another turnover. And another bucket for Western Illinois. Hawkins gets the offensive putback and lays that one in, cutting the lead to 10. Our ball down by, and we turn it over. Man, we've had the ball in the paint, turned it over, let them come down for an easy bucket. Jason Brown with a couple of free throws. There was another opportunity there. We got the ball back and turned it over right away. 1 out of 2. Cordell Gamble makes 1 out of 2. All right, we're going to start shooting some three-pointers here as we're down 12. Oof. 14-point deficit. Hawkins makes 1 out of 2. Brown with a bucket gets us within 11, but then they hit a couple of free throws. Mitchell leads them with 11 points and 5 rebounds. For us, McGadney's got 11. 3-point bucket made there, cuts the lead to 10. But 2 points there by Stinnett gets us within 8. Get the ball back down by 8. Turn it over. And then they hit a three-pointer. That's just the way, isn't it? I don't know, guys. I don't think this one's gonna work. Gooden gets a bucket there to get us back within 11. We have the ball down 11. Missed the three-pointer. Howell misses a layup. Fanning hits a 3 there to get us within 8. We have the ball back. It's the shot. Another miss, but we get the ball back. Another miss. Offensive rebound. We miss it there. They come down and lay it up and in. Extend the lead to 10. Jason Brown scores again to get it within 8. And another turnover. Can't get over that 8-point hump. There's 2 more points by Gooden. Gets us within 6. 6 points. We had the ball back. Turned it over again. Ugh, man. Had a shot. Getting good looks, and the lead balloons back to 10, and that's going to probably do it at this point. That stinks. We had it within 6 with the ball and just couldn't close it, couldn't get any closer. All right, we're down 5, though. Oh, down 7. And we lose 75-66. Not ideal. Not a great game. We ended up 4 of 24. Okay, so when you tell them to shoot threes, they really shoot threes. McGadney was 1 of 10 from behind the arc, 14 points, 5 of 18 shooting. Fanning 12 points on 3 of 10 shooting, 2 of 8 from behind the arc, had 4 assists, turned the ball over 6 times. Hawkins 15 points, 5 rebounds. Howell 4 points, 10 rebounds, and Gooden 9 and 4. Off the bench, Stinnett with a pretty good game, 7 points, 6 rebounds. Brown had 4 points, a rebound, a couple of assists, and a couple of blocks. On the other side, Mitchell led the way with 19 and 11. Then they had 3 players with 10, and a bunch of other guys scored for him as well. Rundum with 7, Pay with 6, Norwood and Dixon Dixon with a point. Norwood with 4, Walker with 5. So we need a shooter. That's what we need. We don't have anybody who can shoot the ball. At least not anybody who can shoot the ball from three-point land. Oh, good. Gamble and Fanning are both hurt now. All right, well, let's take a look at our roster and see how long they're out for. Gamble's 81% with a bruised shoulder, and Fanning is out with a bruised wrist. I think we're going to try to push Fanning through it. Probably shouldn't, but we can't afford to be without our starting point guard as we come down the stretch here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games left. So I might just sim ahead to this last game against Hartford. Since Hartford right now is towards the top of the division. Yeah, they're second in the division. Hopefully we can play well here down the stretch, and that game will mean something. So I'm going to go ahead and sim ahead to that Hartford game, and we'll be back in just a minute. All right, we are back, and it has been a disaster of a last month of the season. You can see we played this game here against Western Illinois. We then dropped a game to University of Missouri, Kansas City, 72-61. Game we were actually leading after 1 quarter. McGadney led us with 13, good 9 points and 11 rebounds in that one. We then dropped our next game, 68-61 to Sacramento State. Made a bit of a run in the second half. We were trailing by 11, 4 players in double figures. McGadney with a good game. Gooden, 11 rebounds and no points. Hawkins, 10 points, 8 rebounds. So decent game there against one of the better teams in the conference. We then beat Army 79-69. And in that one, again, good. Hawkins, 17 points, but we were led by McGadney, who had 25, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. So McGadney with a good game there. And then we came back against Bowie's Creek and lost to them 89-70. So did not play good defense there. Gave up almost 50 points in the first half. Brown with his best game of the year, 15 points off the bench. Hawkins led us with 17 and 4. So we obviously are going to have a ways to go in the conference. In the conference playoffs, if we look at the standings, we are now 6-9 in our conference. 6-9, 13-13 on the year. We are playing Hartford in our final game of the season, who are 9-6. So an opportunity to move up here in the middle someplace. And then we'll have to see what the conference tournament looks like. So we're going to jump right in. We're going to be playing Hartford. Let's take a look at Hartford. Let's look at their stats. They come in 17-9. They are led in scoring by Rick Branson, junior guard, 13.5 a game. Bernie Seaman, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. And Ben Murphy with 9 points off the bench. Joe Carey, look at 67% shooting from the field for that center, for the junior center. So we are going to jump in. We're going to play that game. Go back to our team. Where are they? There. Going to sim ahead. You can see this game is big. It means we finish our season with a winning record or a losing record. I'd like to upset this. I'd like to upset this team and see if we can come out on top. When is that game? Not sim ahead enough? March 4th. Okay, so tomorrow. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this game. I wish recruiting was a little bit clearer. I'd like to be able to spend some time in there, but it feels like if you go after people who aren't interested, like there's no way to make them interested. And I wish you could do something different there, but maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just because that's the way the team is right now. So we'll have to sim and just sort of see what happens. We're going to just go over to AI control. We're going to let them run the team completely. So they've got Seaman, Branson, O'Bannon, Nesland, and Gorey. We've got Fanning, McGadney, Howell, Gooden, and Hawkins. The same starting 5 we've had all year. Tip it off. We turn it over right away. Miss a couple of shots, or miss a shot and then turn it over again. Hawkins with the block, another missed shot. No score, a couple minutes in, another missed shot, but we get it back, and Howell gets the first bucket of the game. Hartford, Seaman hits a 3-pointer to give them a lead. We're 1 of 7 shooting here early on. That ain't going to get it done. Hartford scoring 7 straight points to take a 7-2 lead. We've turned the ball over 5 times already. Finally get on the board as Gooden scores again. Trail by 6. Howell and Gooden each have a pair. Howell hits another shot, giving him 4 on the game, getting us within 5. Down 5 with the ball. 3 of 12 shooting, and then there's a bucket by Gooden. Down by 3. We get another bucket as Pinckney scores. Down by 1 with the ball. A chance to take the lead, and we miss a shot. And who was that who just hit the 3? Gooden? Yeah, Gooden hit a 3. Missed a couple of shots. Give it back to Hartford. Hartford misses. We get it back and turn it over again. 6 turnovers now. Another bucket by Gooden. He's got 9 points in this one. Brown with a pair there. And 1 actually went. Yep. Toby McGadney goes to the line. We're now up 7. Bannon gets a bucket. Hartford gets the ball back. Misses. Couple of free throws by Howell, giving him 6 on the game. We lead by 7 and have the ball. Under 7 minutes left in the half. We're up 22-15. Another turnover. That's 8 turnovers. Another missed shot. We're only 8 of 24 shooting. Hartford's only 6 of 23, though. There's a 3-pointer by Fanning. Another turnover. Lead is down to 3. 3-pointer by McGadney. We're up 4 with the ball now. McGadney has 5 points. Goes to the line, makes 2 free throws. He's got 7. Hartford gets a couple of free throws. Hawkins gets his first bucket of the game. We're up 6 with the basketball, and Gooden hits a 3-pointer. Gooden's got 12, giving us a 9-point lead. Down to a minute left in the half. A couple of buckets, or a couple of free throws by Stinnett puts us up by 11. Should have held for 1 there. A couple of free throws by Pinckney. And we go into halftime up 39-30. We were down 10-2, so we outscored them 37-20 down the stretch there in the first half. Gooden, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 5 of 7 shooting for us. McGadney, again, continues to struggle with his shot. 7 points, 1 of 4 from behind the arc. Hit all 4 of his free throws. Howell with 6 points, 2 rebounds. Hawkins with a bucket, 4 rebounds. And Fanning hit a 3-pointer. It's 1 of 5 from the field off the bench. Pinckney with 4 points, 4 rebounds. Brown, 3 points, 4 rebounds. Stinnett, 2 points, 2 rebounds. And Gamble played and did not score. On the other side, they were led by Seaman, who had 8. He was 3 of 4, 2 of 2 from behind the arc. Branson hit a couple of threes for 6. Kelly with 7 points off the bench. Gorey scored 3. Murphy had 4 off the bench, and O'Bannon had 2. They had 8 points in the paint. We had 4. We had the only second chance points, and there were 0 fast break points in that first half. So Hawkins only played 8 minutes due to foul trouble, so hopefully he can stay out of foul trouble in the second half, and we can have an inside threat, which is something that we don't have with him out of the game. So let's get back to it. Up 9. Hartford gets the ball to start the second half. Misses their first shot. A couple of free throws by McGadney extends the lead to 11. They get a bucket to get within 9. Missed shot. They come down and score again to cut it to 7. Stinnett makes 1 out of 2 at the line. We're up 8. Get the ball back, up 8. Missed shot there. Hartford gets it back. We steal it, and then we turn it right back over. 10 turnovers. They hit a couple of free throws. They're down 6. Another missed shot, but we get it back. Missed jumper, offensive rebound, another chance for Hartford. Foul called. Three-pointer hit by Smith, and the lead's down to 3. Hartford with the ball, down 3. Chance to tie it. Missed shot. Couple of free throws made by McGadney. We're up 5. We get the ball right back. And a bucket scored by Gooden. That's 14 now for Gooden in this game. Extends the lead to 7. Can we hold on? We have a 7-point lead, 12 minutes left, and the basketball. Gamble hits a bucket. We're up 6 as they come back and hit a 3. Bucket thereby made by Gamble again. We're now up 8. Couple of missed shots, couple of offensive rebounds, and somebody just hit a 3-point. I think that was Brown who hit a 3. We're up 11 with the basketball. Halfway through the second half, the lead is 8. Lead is back up to 11 as Hawkins gets an and a 1. They miss the layup. We miss a shot. They get it back and hit a 3-pointer, and the lead's back down to 8. Back up to 10 as Hawkins scores on the inside. Back down to 8. Missed 2 free throws, thankfully. We get it back. Missed shot there. Seaman gets the bucket, and it's a 6-point game. Hartford down 6 with the ball. We get it. We force him to turn it over. Hawkins scores again on the inside. He's got 9. 60-52 with 6.5 left. Bucket made by Murphy to cut it to 6. Jump shot missed. But we get it right back, and Pinckney hits a couple of free throws to put us back up 8. 5.5 minutes left to go. Hartford gets an offensive rebound, misses the shot, we get it back. Down inside, that was Hawkins again, puts us up 10. We have the basketball up 10, 4.5 minutes left. Can we hold on? Missed shot, Hartford gets it. Misses, we get it back, and McGadney drills a 3-pointer. Huge shot by Toby McGadney. Puts us up 11 with 3 minutes left. Hartford has the ball back, looking to score quickly. Howell with the rebound. Dribbling the ball around, trying to kill some clock. Hartford gets the ball back, misses the shot. 2 minutes left, we're up 11. We turn it over. Missed shot by Hartford. 1 out of 2 at the line. 10-point game, minute and a half left. Hartford with the basketball. Can we hang on? A couple of free throws made by Hartford. They're down 8 with 47 seconds, and it looks like we are going to upset the Hartford Hawks. We're up 7 as time expires, and we hit a bucket at the end of the game. So final score in Hartford is UNH 71, Hartford 62. Let's take a look at the team stats. McGadney's shot wasn't falling, only 3 of 11 from the field, but he was 8 of 8 from the line, added 5 rebounds, good for 16 points on the game. Gooden had a huge first half, ended up with 14 points, 5 rebounds. Hawkins didn't play much in the first half, but came on in the second with 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Howell with 6.7 rebounds, and Fanning 5 points and a couple of assists off the bench. Our bench played huge. Pinckney 9 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists off the bench. Brown hit had 3 points and 5 rebounds. Gamble hit a couple of buckets for 4 and 2 rebounds, and Stinnett 3 points from the foul line and a pair of rebounds. For Hartford, they were led by Murphy off the bench with 14, and Seaman also added 14. Branson had 12, although he only had 3 points in the second half. So we hang on, we defeat Hartford, and that means we're going to end the regular season with a 14-13 record. And that's going, let's see where that puts us in terms of, there's the very loud "You've Got Mail" message. Finish simming. So we'll take a look at the end of the regular season team stats. I know in college basketball they extend the stats, but we'll take a look at the end of the season stats. We'll look at the standings, we'll look at the league leaders, and then we will call it an episode. So we're going to be playing Norfolk State in the first round. That's good for us. Nobody has decided to declare. Let's look at Norfolk State. So this is really a toss-up here. Um, we are a better scoring team. We're a better shooting team, at least from the field. They're a better three-point shooting team. Everything's pretty even here. Their leading scorer is Mark Harrington, 10 points, 6 rebounds, a 6'6 junior. Brett Silva, 10.6 rebounds. Yeah, so they went 9-7. We went 7-9. That will be our first round matchup. Let's take a look at end of the regular season team stats. Toby McGadney, the junior, ended up shooting 38% from the field, 319, 32% from behind the arc, and 87% from the line, 13.6 points, just under 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Nolan Fanning, that injury sapped him a little bit. He struggled down the stretch, 12 points, 5 rebounds, and a couple of rebounds. Rodney Hawkins, 11 points, 4.5 rebounds. Chris Howell, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and then averaged just about a little over a block a game. Sean Gooden, our lone senior, 5 points, our team leading 6.5 rebounds. Jason Brown off the bench, 5 points and 3 rebounds. Cordell Gamble, 4 points off the bench. Willie Nolan is out for the rest of the season. Pinkney came on, shot 47% from the field, played really well in a backup role, 3.7 points. Stinnett, 3 points and 2 rebounds off the bench as well. So if we look at the league leaders, look at Conference S first. Brandon Dupree, a center from UConn, 26.8, 14.4 rebounds per game. He was a beast. So in Conference S, Ryan Fortson, a guard at Dartmouth, averaged 14.9 a game. You can see McGadney was 7th. Assists per game, Dan McKnight led with 5. Nolan Fanning was tied for second at 4.9. Rebounds per game, Roy Cummings out of Louisiana Monroe led with 7.4. Sean Gooden was 7th at 6.4. Blocks per game, a guard, Michael Smith out of Norfolk State, led the league in blocks. Chris Howell was down here at 1.2. Steals per game, Matt Baker out of Idaho State led the league in steals, and we didn't have anybody. Tim McGadney way down here at the bottom. So that is where we stand. So when we come back next time, we're going to play the conference tournament. I don't know what happens beyond that. So we're just going to play games until the conference tournament's over, and then we'll just sort of see how it goes. So that's going to do it for this episode. Please leave a like, subscribe, and until we talk again, everybody take care. Bye-bye.